here we are with, what is this, episode 3 of our fucking Return to Form. Move over, bitch.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so, if you're new here, this is the washed up Controlled Chaos arc. We're in our washed up, we're about to hit, he's already 30, I'm about to hit my 30s. I've gained 20 more pounds since I was at peak sexy. My peak was like, probably like, December of 2020, and it's been all downhill.
I mean, everything happens for a reason, though, right? You got the girl, and then...
I'm messing around. No, I'm doing good. But it is funny. Like, I was thinking about, every time we do content now, I'm just like, man, I do be missing those days where we were fucking on the grind, you know, making like 6 videos a week. But, you know, there's pros and cons to it, of course.
Yeah, I mean, you get that massive burnout. You get all that fucking lovely... We got to do it now. We got 3 hours.
There was some friendship ending argument.
Didn't I threaten to throw you off the balcony at one point?
I think the biggest one, I have very clear memories of being at work and, like, being terrified that you were gonna delete the channel out of spite, because we were arguing about something, and like this is when our views were skyrocketing, and I'm like, and you were pissed about something. I don't remember what it was, and I was like, God, what if David just deletes the?
All of that you've done was delete the.
I'll tell you exactly what it was, because this mother, the one who wants smoke the most out of everyone out of the channel, the one time me and Red were like, we're gonna fucking troll this guy who stole our thumbnail. This is back when we were like not SJWing, but like low key.
Someone stole my thumbnail. That's what it was.
Low key. Okay, so this is during the Vic shit. If you don't want to know about the Vic shit, go back
the Vic arc
to like 2 or 3 years where it was like, and it was fucking weird. Anyway.
We were in the quartering phase, just a little bit. Never as bad, but a little bit.
I wouldn't even say we stooped that low, because we still had dignity.
That's true.
We still respected women. You know what I mean?
we were doing the Nuxtaku whammon shit though, a little too hard.
I still don't have my full voice, and I hate it.
We just had our middle school phase. I think that's what it was. Middle school phase at 20. Oh, terrible. But anyways, we were. Yeah, I was watching all the Vic shit. I was just waiting for evidence to show, because I waiting for it. I compiled this guy called like something senpai, anime senpai, something fucking senpai. It was something senpai, and I was like, bruh.
This motherfucker saw our thumbnail.
Yeah. Oh, I wonder if that still exists.
I'm like, that's clearly a fucking thumbnail. And then I made a whole joking video about it. And then David's bitch ass in the Discord was like,
what the fuck are you doing?
Randomly out of nowhere, David was like, I'm not feeling drama this one time. And I was like, David, both of us.
Like, I miss when we were making videos just for video's sake. And I miss when we had like Chris and Jessa and Swan and Eli and Justin. I'm like, bitch, are you having a midlife crisis?
I don't want to focus only on David. We've all done cringe. We've all done.
I love how the fucking hentai devil outfit is just literally.
Oh yeah, our highest. That's our peak as a channel.
It still exists. It will return one day.
Dude, I'm telling you, okay, guys. So the guys that are still here, thank you. Until we're gonna continue doing our every 2-week podcast thing to keep the content alive. But when Chainsaw Man comes back, you bet your sweet ass. Regular Chainsaw Man content. You know how King of Lightning is with One Piece? Like 2-3 One Piece videos a week, theory videos, review videos, live reactions maybe. We're gonna be a Chainsaw Man channel, motherfuckers, alright?
I mean, we already kind of are. We were one of the first to cover it, and then we stuck with the entire series on like all of our other shit.
The views will come crawling back. I'm ready for it. Yeah.
But... Thurman, we've had a lot of news here this week. I kind of want to keep it rolling because we got you for an hour.
And David's had a lot of nudes here this week.
I mean, $5.99. You can see my bussy.
He threatened my coworkers with nudes today. I was on a call. A voice memo. Anyway, but yes, get into your news.
So the last 2 weeks we've had a lot of like acquisitions and gaming. Like the big one being Activision being bought by Microsoft, and today, out of fucking nowhere, Sony's like, and we're joining in the acquisition phase, and they bought Bungie.
Never thought Sony. It's funny because you think Bungie, you think Microsoft. For the longest time, Halo, Bungie, Microsoft.
Fucking the Thanos, he come crawling back to me. But no.
Wait, you have an Infinity Gauntlet somewhere, don't you?
No, that's one thing I don't have. I do want one.
Okay.
But no, like, I find it funny. The studio the company that's tried for so long to make a Halo killer has scooped up the Halo OGs.
We give up. We just want Halo now. It's ours.
Right. But I mean, they invested so much in Destiny back in the early days. It kind of makes sense that they picked it. But this is a studio that's made 3 franchises. Marathon, they made fucking Halo, and now they're working on Destiny. And I guess they're working on a new IP as well.
Oh yeah, bro. You know, we got Sony buying a Bungie. You know, we got TMZ getting upset that Jeff Bezos knows how to smack an ass, man. We got some great news
I
going
didn't hear
on.
about that one. Can someone summarize for me and the audience who may not know?
I found it while I was scrolling through Facebook. TMZ, because I still follow TMZ for like drama. And like it was a fucking headline. Like he's over here in the news because he smacked his girlfriend's ass. I'm like, how is this news
In public or something?
Yeah, they were at a beach. Like, who the fuck cares?
I mean, that's TMZ for you.
Yeah.
They'll find out. Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
I'm waiting for
Chris
TMZ
Brown
to
crossed the street. Oh God, no.
Wait, what were you saying, Thurman?
leave it to TMZ to. Where's my real news? Where's the fact that you know, I don't know. What's real news to you guys?
Well,
you
but
know?
that's TMZ. Like I can't even. That's like getting mad at like. I'm trying to think of a good example. That's like getting mad at like a gamer for playing video games. Like that's just what they do. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
like I don't go to TMZ like looking for like world changing news.
No.
Bro, that's Bill Maher, bro.
Bill
Oh,
Maher,
yeah.
Dude, that's an OG fucking Controlled Chaos video. Holy
God damn, dude.
Are getting upset because there's comic book fans. Like, oh my god, why are you
Comic
in
book
comics?
fans
Don't read.
exist?
Oh
read it.
God,
Go
what a
read something.
controversial thing after making money off of Iron Man 2. Oh man, but like that,
Something that pictures in it, you child.
it baffles me. Like this week has seemed to progress and regress our society so much. Like we're back to book banning.
Oh my god! I mean, that's the history of book banning is the history of humanity. There will always be reactionaries that want to ban things that.
Oh, for sure. Like if it strives to grow the child's mind, is bad in any way.
I mean, I want to ban anti-vaxxers. You know, like, by yeeting them off the planet. So I mean, everyone's got something that they want to ban. I don't believe you if you don't got something you want to ban.
Yeah, for sure.
But books is a little ridiculous because like books really shouldn't be able to hurt anybody. You know what I mean? Like. Theoretically.
Yeah, theoretically in Minecraft, right?
I don't know. But yeah, no. Generally, if you're burning or banning books, you're the bad guy. Usually, that's how that goes.
Yeah, I mean it's mostly red states anyway, so they're not the smartest anyway. It
was
ones that need the books the most.
It was a book about the Holocaust, right?
Yeah,
or something.
Mouse.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a classic graphic novel that I even read when I was in school.
There's a lot of issues.
It was required reading for me.
Not that this is much in our wheelhouse, but actually, I guess we've always talked about politics too. Thanks to moi. But like, yeah, you know, with the fucking critical race theory hubba lubba lub that the right wing is like going on and on about. You have like a lot of right wing school boards going crazy on. I mean, like some of them want to, and I believe have taken steps to stop teaching about like Martin Luther King stuff. Like that's how far they're going. It's insane.
I urge everyone, and this is me pushing my own personal agenda here, but Neil Gaiman has been tweeting a lot about this, the author of Good Omens, Sandman, and a lot of stuff. And he's brought up like the history of it because he's lived through it, because he's a very old, respected author, and one of my favorite authors, actually. And watching him go like, this is what happened when I was in school, this is what happened, you know, back in the 50s, 60s, 70s.
I'm trying to remember
80s.
which Doctor Who episodes he's written. I'm going to look that up real quick and see
yeah.
if they're good or bad.
Yeah. I mean, you've even said, like, some of them were some of the better ones. But yes, like, he has lived through this time and time again. I remember when my school was trying to ban fucking Harry Potter when I was going to school. And some have successfully banned Harry Potter from their school libraries in the past. So it's a tale as old as time. But Thurman, you and I have one very, very big topic that we need to talk about. Do you remember what I'm talking about here? Because I tweeted about this on the Kontrolled Khaos Twitter.
Oh God, he's dead.
We killed him.
I mean, I did hear something while you were talking that might have been him saying, like,
Yeah.
hold on a second.
Go
ahead, reveal the top. Oh, Thurman, are you there?
Oh yeah, my sister-in-law called me. The guy who was working on our Damn it! I moved. My dog awoke and I was to follow me in the garage. God damn it! Oh, being loved by a pet, bro, is a curse.
I know. I have a kitty right here. I have a kitty here.
Yoinker. Oh,
Yeah.
give me kisses. Give me, love me. Don't, if you scratch me though, I will punt you.
Yeah, right.
Listen, I'll be honest. I don't give a fuck that they're innocent or if they're animals. They attack first. It's free reign, baby. I'm gonna punt that shit. Bam.
Attack first. No, this man is gonna get a phone call from Peter in the morning saying, we have some video evidence of you saying you will punt a cat.
I almost stepped on her taking
If they
boxes
fuck
out.
with me, they deserve it, yo. Okay.
Yeah.
If I'm going in for lovies and they have some sort of fucking reaction, it's on them.
But anyway, Thurman, you and me, Radiant Black, Supermassive, Rogue Sun, let's go.
Oh yeah, Radiant Black, bro. Okay. Okay. So, sorry, I'm in the bathroom.
Of course.
The unprofessionalism is we're going back to 2015 control. Wait, when did this channel start? Not 2015.
2014, 2015, somewhere around there.
Really? Did I know Red for that long? That's fucking crazy.
I could pull up the channel.
I'll do a look up right now.
I've been it for even longer than that, like 2 or 3 years earlier, in fact.
It's been at least 5 years that we've known each other.
Yeah, I mean, we knew each other for a little bit before we started the channel. Then I made the channel, and then we didn't upload anything to it for like a year.
Yeah, I'm gonna look up when our channel trailer was put up. I think that'll be good.
David brought in Red from IT,
dick.
unknown man.
But yeah, so I pushed this on you originally. I'm like, I think this is right up your wheelhouse. And then we met Kyle Higgins at Comic-Con, and you bought the first like volume of it, the physical volume. And then I kind of didn't read anything for the next couple issues during that period of time. So I'm recovering from COVID.
By the way, yeah. David's got a cough drop sucker in his mouth right now because he's on the end of COVID and he's coughing too much.
So I'm recovering from COVID. Full disclosure there. I've been talking about it on Twitter. So like the last couple nights I've been catching up on like Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin, Power Rangers Universe, Radiant Black. I started reading the Lucifer Omnibus as well, and Saga. But Radiant Black is the perfect comic. Go.
Okay, so are we gonna gush about like Saga, or are we gonna gush about like Image? Because either or is fine. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Radiant Black. Why you should read? Section. Start recording.
Well, this is one raw file, man.
Remember, we upload these as big podcasts now to save us time.
Okay, so basically...
Okay, I will write down a timestamp for you, though. What's the timestamp? So I can put it in the comments.
13 minutes.
13 minutes. Go ahead.
So, Radiant Black. Why you should read Radiant Black? Okay, for starters... Sorry to go to you guys. I officially count myself as a comic book reader fan now. Glock! Get out the bathroom. Do not lick the toilet. God damn it.
Y'all know dogs don't understand you, right? I never understood people who talk to their pets like they're humans. Just like pick them up and move them.
Fucking, you have a bowl full of water. Why?
So, Radiant Black is this love letter to Sentai and superheroes at the same time.
Oh.
My puppy wants to be a brat. So, anyways, Radiant Black. Now, listen. There's no question. Yes, buddy, I love you too. Question that I would consider like 2 years ago is when I started my comic book reading career. I know I make it sound weird as fuck when I say that. Like, bro, you call it comic book reading career? Yeah, I do. Get over it. It's like, my manga reading career started when I was freshman, sophomore. So it's like that. So, anyways, I'm still fairly new to comics, but like the best part about it is like, and the reason why I like Image so much is why I told Kyle Higgins. It's like Image is very beginner friendly. And like, if I wanted Red to get into comics, I would definitely recommend him like Image, IDW.
I would hand him Saga.
It's very beginner friendly. So the reason why is that is I as a new comic fan, Radiant Black is probably one of my favorites because already I love Kyle Higgins writing. Like immediately as post time skip Thurman, the characters, the main character and his best friend, who's now officially the main character, I guess.
Right. It did that since I think of the power suit.
Did we
changing.
do a Gon Kurapika?
Sort of.
Like beautifully well written. Like I love like the main character's like drive, his emotions, like the fact, like it's so good. It's almost like a fever dream. How good this comic is. Like character.
You're selling it pretty well, dude. You remember Azazel's Den? We gotta go watch the. Look at
Oh God! Look, I look like a fucking serial killer in that thumbnail.
Dude, I'm sorry, real quick. Thurman, you remember Azazel's Den? David's little fucking vlog series that he forced us to upload?
I mean, you won't bring those back. That's all on you, buddy.
Hell no. Continue.
That's what Twitter's for.
True.
We have seniority over you now. You want to bring back those Azazel's Den? Go ahead, David.
Azazel's dead and buried. That character's long gone.
TikTok is where Azazel will live now.
Oh God.
You should at least make it a series if you're going to kill the character off.
Anyway, go ahead. Back to Radiant Black.
So Radiant Black, right? All like me being extra aside though, but I definitely recommend it because the series itself is really it's still new. I think it has it's at 12 issues, right? Well, the 12th issue will be released in this month because it's a monthly series. Mm-hmm. But so basically, the series is about. I'm bad with names, so David can help me out there with the names. But a main character who is who's a writer, right? And it starts off as him essentially going through a writing block, basically, essentially what it is, a writing block, and he has to move. So what it is was he moved to, I believe it was New York, well, the city, wherever state he's in.
He was moving from the big city, California, back to his piss ass town, and I believe it was Illinois.
Yeah. So he left to the big city to become a writer, and he failed at becoming a writer, and so he got depressed, and he had to move back to Illinois to start writing again. Well, I think he had a successful short story. I think that's how it goes when you have a good successful short story, and then you
know the depressing part, the fucking beginning of this synopsis for volume 1 that you bought at Comic-Con. Nathan Burnett has just turned 30 and things aren't great. He's working and failing at 2 jobs. His credit card debt is piling up, and his only move is to move back home.
How relatable. I will say, by the way, Thurman, so I was a little off, so were you. Our first podcast episode was 2017 of April.
Yeah, the OG version of the podcast.
Mm-hmm. And that was basically the first video we uploaded, isn't it?
It was the first video we uploaded.
Oh, yeah.
Because we tried to implement, an off-topic style podcast.
Look at...
We did it backwards. Oh, my God.
One fat boy.
My haircut,
We are so ugly. Oh. Dude, if you guys want to go back and just, look at the glow up and just appreciate it, look up Kontrolled Khaos Podcast Episode 1. All right, this is the reboot you're watching right now. If you want to go back... here, let me just look at this. Wait. Focus.
God, we are so fucking ugly.
It's not going to focus, is it?
It is not going to focus.
Imagine showing your current girlfriend what you look like back then, bro.
What? Listen, if you can't do that, then that's a red flag on your relationship. You got to be able to be... What do you think she's going to do? Leave me because I used to be ugly?
I mean, mine went through my whole ass fucking face.
Wait, I want Thurman's reaction to that.
You were ugly back then. I'm sorry, this is a deal breaker. I like my boyfriend to be.
You didn't pop out the pussy looking like that.
I can't.
I'd like to pop out that pussy over there on that right hand monitor.
Oh yeah, David's got a anime girl pin up over here, and I keep getting distracted by it.
That would be
kind of
funny,
from near.
Sad at the same time. Imagine your girlfriend just leaves you because she found out you were ugly as fuck back in the day.
I mean, you know what that would be though? That would be a blessing in disguise because you don't want to be with that girl.
Anyway,
I'm eating my socks.
So the big takeaway here is after going back to that little small ass town in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, he gets this like portable black hole, right?
Well, I'm already interested.
And that kind of gives him his Sentai suit powers. And it's hard to talk with a sucker in your mouth, I'm finding out.
Yeah, but it's probably good for your cough.
It is.
Yeah.
Their throat relief pops. But anyway, like getting that, immediately he basically extorts the police because they're there to like stop them because they think they're involved in some bullshit because they're randomly walking home drunk after, coming home.
Mm-hmm.
They extort the police, like, fucking middle of the fucking air. There's a train they've stopped and everything else in it. It's so fucking funny. And this is all like the first like 15 pages of issue 1, right? So we're going from that to like base, like fuck the police.
Base?
That. I see that a lot. What the fuck is that? Bro?
He's still talking to his dog.
Thurman, fuck your dog. Not really. I mean, not Shane Dawson style, but like.
Yeah.
But we also go from that to this.
The dolphins, they call themselves. I don't know what they call themselves. This is a disaster already. Okay.
I mean, it would not be Controlled Chaos without a little bit of chaos. But we go from there to them essentially working for the police to stop this other superpowered person that has the Radiant Red, basically.
That's me.
And this person is robbing banks. It can bulk up like Hulkbuster suit style with that almost control matter with their power. Which really comes in handy for busting down safe doors and, blowing holes in entire banks and just walking out carrying 2 duffel bags. You find out a little bit more about her backstory a little bit further on. Not going to spoil all of that.
So good because, like, I think what sells this book the most is the character writing. Like, Kyle Higgins, no bullshit, knows how to write characters. Like, they're very relatable. Even, like, the Red Radiant is very relatable and why she's like, I wouldn't say she's evil, she's just a normal person putting in a bad situation, like, and it's crazy because like and the shift to the main character not having his powers anymore, spoilers by the way,
well, that's traditional Sentai. There's always a changing of those suits. It's just the way it happened in this. It's not common.
It's crazy because...
in this bitch?
Mm-hmm.
See, it's crazy because, like, I love the main character so much, and I got attached to him. I was so upset when he switched suits. I was like, bro, like, what? What? But then, apparently he might get another suit.
Oh, shit.
Like... There was a huge cliffhanger in issue 11, and I'm like, "Oh, my boy's back! My boy's back!" I was so happy.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good feeling in like stories when you can. I love returning characters in stories, like in Fire Force when I was worried that the Uncle Reaper character, who's got the most Japanese name in the world, so I can never remember it. I didn't know if he'd ever come back again, and when he did to fight that fucking Colossus Infernal, I was like, yes! It's so, and One Piece does that so well too. The character from goddamn 20 years ago just pops back up. You're like, yeah!
One Piece has that nostalgia ability to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to spin this a little bit more here into the Sentai side of things. So the changing of the suits always really tends to happen more in the Americanized versions of this, like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, for example, when the Peace Conference happened. So Kyle Higgins also wrote a bunch of the Power Ranger comics leading up to like the Drakon arc, right? The Shattered Grid, which really got me back into Power Rangers. So that's what kind of led me down like, what's he doing besides this? I'm not the biggest Ultraman fan. I do respect it. I do enjoy it, but that really didn't tickle my fancy, and I saw Radiant Black and it being an Image comic, and Thurman gushing so much about Image, and me, getting into Saga and doing a lot of other like-side things, and you recommending me a bunch of other Image stuff. Like, I'll give this a try. Go back and read it, because I turned you on to it when I heard about it originally. This is a guy that's writing all the Power Ranger stuff. He knows how to write good characters. He knows how to do all this, and then me, COVID. Reading all this, again in like a night, and what got me into this whole mood of talking about this was another really important thing inside of all of this lore, because it's a love letter to Sentai and to traditional superheroes. What originally introduced me to Kyle Higgins was his Nightwing run. And that is one of my favorite characters of all time, is Nightwing. And that is one of my favorite runs of Nightwing. So I'm sitting there and reading all this. I'm like, okay, I can see where he took a little bit from this and a little bit from this, and this is a little bit more leaning into the Mighty Morphin and all that stuff there. And that tradition of changing the suits that we're getting now, and the potential for him coming back, is another thing that happens a lot here. You see, for example, Tommy losing the powers originally in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, losing the ability to turn into the Green Ranger, and then the White Light arc and him becoming the White Ranger. You saw Jason come back as the Gold Rangers when Trey wasn't able to, and Zeo wasn't able to materialize. I don't remember the exact terminology they used for it. So he got the Zeo 6 powers. So we see,
I'm a material girl. Sorry,
we see a lot of that nod and influence here in Radiant Black, with the potential for him to get a new suit or a new power and fight this war here that we're potentially going to see in the next couple issues, leading into Supermassive, which is this massive crossover event through all of the black market narrative that he's working with. Ryan Parrott, who did a lot of the Altarian War for the current Power Rangers arc, the Mighty Morphin, and the Power Rangers arc, because one is the Omega Rangers, which were the Peace Conference Rangers that just fucked off and never came back during the contract disputes, and then that's how they wrote them out of the show. But they're kind of like more off planet, doing intergalactic Captain Marvel type stuff, and then the at-home Rangers fighting, Lord Zed and everything. So we're seeing him pick up a comic called Rogue Sun and this black market narrative, and there's another one that's Inferno Girl Red that had a Kickstarter in the back of the first couple issues of Radiant Black, and that's all going to collide in the Supermassive.
Inferno Girl Red is actually going to be the title of my autobiography. Thank you.
I think you need to have
It's after my transition, dude.
Okay. That was the joke I was going for. But yeah.
By the way, spoiler, just for context, or just to be absolutely sure, because we are leftist enough to maybe make that believable, I am not transitioning. I couldn't pull it off, dude. I probably still wouldn't. I don't think I could pull it off.
You'd be a handsome lady, Red.
Yeah, I don't know if it's mean or not. I feel like it's mean.
It's a backhanded compliment. Take it.
Fuck you. No, I couldn't do it. I'm too ugly. I barely pull off being a guy.
I could pull it off maybe, but
it's the you got everything but the face, brother.
I do.
Look at that chin. That's a manly ass chin.
There's surgeries for that.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, it'd be an expensive procedure. Donate to my GoFundMe.
Don't you want to just exist though as this like amorphous in between gender blob? Yeah, exactly.
That's the perks.
Because if you just if you have enough face cover shit, you absolutely, and like dress in like women clothing, you probably could. You could trick people. Not that that's the goal, of course, but like, well, the goal is to be perceived how you want to be perceived.
Right.
So like, you could definitely do.
Gender
that.
is a performance. I've forgotten my role.
That's a good. Yeah.
That's my.
I showed you that quote.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway.
You guys, yeah. Oh, dude, can I show everyone my favorite fucking con purchase that David ever made? Look at this. Look at this fucking angel dust bondage body pillow. That's top tier.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Alright, anyway. Wrap up the Radiant Black, because I gotta talk to Thurman about One Piece before he leaves.
So, like...
I'm about to make my lunch and then head out, bro.
You said 6 o'clock, slutty whore bitch.
Well, I know, but yeah.
So the big takeaway here is if you are a fan of Sentai and traditional superheroes, this is definitely a comic for you. Like, there is 125%. I love
David's cat is literally crawling right in front. Like you guys can't see it. Like just below the camera. Like David's all over his computer. He could. Yeah, she could definitely turn. Oh my god, that was incredible. I'm so happy that's on camera. David flipped his cat. I don't even know. Okay, anyway. I'll show you that later, Thurman.
Anyway,
Yeah,
so
but anyways, let me gush a little bit more about Radiant Black. So Radiant Black,
Yeah, let Thurman talk, please, before he has to leave.
everything David was saying, and it's just like I said, I can't stress enough how good his writing is. Like I'll keep saying it. It's like really, really good. Like I think that's the most like the fights are good too. Don't get me wrong. Stop. Your nose is wet. Stop it, Glock. But it's just like the way like because we've talked about this on our channel before. The best part about any fictional anything is the characters, except like games. The best thing about a game should be gameplay. Their characters and stuff like that. Ow, stop it. But Radiant Black it's perfect because you can feel the main characters. I know David probably mentioned it. Drive to want to, because like we've all been in that moment to where like we really, really want to succeed at something. Really, really want to succeed at a career or something like that, and we just can't. And let's be honest, reality hurts. We just don't really have the talent for it, or just like the skill for it, and it sucks because you really, really try, and then every time you try, you keep in the rut, and then you find someone who's better than you. Like it's a very stressful like situation, and I really like that Kyle Higgins knows how to write the main character to feel that sort of like situation, combined with the fact that he now has to deal with this power that he's never gotten before. It's a very good sort of like modernization of like the normal human mind, like monitoring like two lives, monitoring a career that they may or may not succeed at, and then living your everyday life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just like it's just really, really good. And then like the other characters, like the powers are really fucking cool. Like I love Radiant Black's powers. Like holy shit! And like all the
I love that the power up was a cape.
Like the other Radiant abilities are really cool. So I definitely recommend it for the youth. If you like Invincible, you like this. Like it's really.
So Thurman, out of all the Radiants that have been shown off first so far, who's your favorite?
I like the one who can teleport. Honestly,
I love Pink so much. She's such a snarky bitch. I love her.
But they're all so good. Like I love how all the powers are different and unique too.
I love that Pink has turned her entire persona into being a fucking streamer, doing superhero shit for views, because that'd be such a flex.
Have you seen I know Thurman has. Have you read what's it called? The fairy tale author's new work, Eden Zero?
Nope. Do not give a fuck.
It's fine. You don't have to. But it is Eden Zero, right, Thurman?
And this man has a hate boner for Hero so much.
Dude, I triggered the fucking fans so much.
Well, I only bring it up because one of the main characters is kind of like that. Like I believe one of the main characters is like what's it called? A VCuber or something?
I've seen.
Bro, I'm all caught up. Eden Zero has been fire.
I respect that.
Apparently, he's like doing better than Like I've heard that he's like because Thurman has told me that he did one of those. Oh, you think I can't kill bitches? And then he's like killing bitches.
Yeah. See, the thing, I had two major issues with him as an author. Because I stopped around.
I think they were trying to say something then.
Bro, this nigga, like, bro, you thought, bro, literally, Mashima was like, you guys been talking so much shit about Fairy Tail, I'm gonna fucking show you niggas. I'm gonna fucking show you what I can do. I made Fairy Tail easy because I wanted to have fun. You don't want me to have fun no more. You want me to show you you want me to show you what character death and writing is like? Let me show you. This motherfucker kills off so many characters. And I'm just like, bro, Mashima's done with you guys' shit. He's tired of you motherfuckers. He's tired of you guys making fun of Fairy Tail. He's like, fuck it. I made Fairy Tail because I can write. And bro, like, and what the best part about that shit is like, as an adult, bro, I get it. You know what I mean? That's why low key, like, yeah, yeah, you can say it's bad writing, whatever. But now, low key, that's one of the main reasons why I don't give a fuck if returning authors don't kill off their shit as much anymore. You know, because it's just like, bro, they're like, I can kill off characters if I want to. I don't want to because there's no reason for me to. That's not the point of my series. And I fucking love that. I don't give a fuck. One of the reasons why Chainsaw Man isn't as GOAT as people claim it is,
I knew
because
he was
too
gonna
many
go there.
deaths. Too many fucking deaths. I'm sorry.
I do agree. It was
I
a
disagree. I disagree. That to me, that added to the feel of the unique feel of Chainsaw Man. That added to it so much because it literally he was going for a feeling of dread. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
That was a theme of that series. I don't think it was meant to. I don't think that a lot of those deaths like. I don't think he was going for what you think he was going for. I don't think.
I think he could
real
space
quick.
him up more.
That's fair, but I don't think that it was like. I don't think he's writing each one of those like, yeah, this is really going to be deep and impactful. I truly think that
No,
author,
he was over there like.
I just think that he was literally going for what he because like that series, it's like a series full of dread with the one shining light being Denji, right? And he is slowly getting fucking his spirit crushed as he goes. Like the entire point of that first half is Makima crushing his spirit, right? And the world around him is also doing it. So no, I had no issue with it. In fact, I love it. Like I'm sorry, I'm completely the opposite. I want as many deaths as possible because when an author shows me that deaths can happen, I never know what to expect. Okay,
Right.
Because then some people live, some people don't. You know what I mean? And like, you know, I guess because like One Piece right now in the fucking like it's genuinely looking like we could fucking finish this war with Kaido with like 0 important deaths, and if that happens.
It's not a war.
That's stupid. Yeah, like I love Oda.
That's Kishimoto shit.
And I should expect it because that's what Oda does. But like, no, I disagree. You know, and you know, you can enjoy what you want, but like, I'm always gonna be a whore for deaths.
The biggest issue I have is he killed so many characters so quickly. He could have paced them a little bit more, and he has shown that he can have Red in Fire Punch.
God.
Without killing every 3 seconds.
Yeah, you just gotta have a little girl get fucked by a dog, right?
That means nothing if it's just artificial.
That's not just a random dark joke, by the way. That literally happens in Fire Punch.
There is a character in that manga.
There's a lot of bad shit in that series.
That literally serves his dogs.
Yeah, his deal, like he comes in and he's like, all right, your job will be to sexually please my dog. And she's like, what? And he's like, you heard me. And I'm like, okay. It's fucked up. So yeah, just to give you an idea, Thurman, he toned it down for Shonen Jump, right? This man is
He'll
a freak.
probably tone it back up.
I hope so.
Less urine and less dog fucking.
Yeah, I don't need... The rapey shit is one of the few things that still gets to me in fiction. Give me all the murder you can, but like the rapey shit, I'm like, ugh.
But yeah, so the biggest issue I have with Mashima was... I stopped reading it about the same time you did. Then I had this conversation with one of our mods in the Discord because he's like, you're going to get all the hate from the fairy tale. I'm like, doesn't matter what side you take on Twitter, you're going to get hate from one side or the other. So I'm kind of immune to like the stupidity of social media.
Also, it's not like we're like multi-thousand follower. Like
I won't give a fuck if I was or not.
Yeah, but I'm just saying like he's not getting that much hate. Like, it's not like he's bombarded by hate.
I got that with fucking Promised Neverland when we stopped sucking his dick.
Can't you go on a tweet that already has like 1,000 people on it and then tweet something controversial and then have people tweet or retweet your shit? That's the quickest way I've noticed to. Like, you have to go on a tweet that already has, like, a bunch of fan people on it, then just...
That's what I did, though.
Thurman, you know how many cap emojis? Like, I made a TikTok about, it was, like, your most controversial anime opinion, and it was that Fire Force is, like, way better than JJK, and it was just, like, full of cap emojis.
And you're not wrong. It is.
True.
And it's also your fucking opinion. My opinion is that Mashima should just write fucking hentai, because that's what he's good at.
He's very good. His art's incredible. But, like, my biggest issue... Go ahead, sorry.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, he really do be wild. And, like, there'll be a point where my man's is horny. Because there'll be sometimes I'm reading Eden Zero, and he purposely puts in... You have to use the bathroom?
Stop talking to your fucking dog.
Damn it! There was sometimes in the series where he would just blatantly put in like a etchy point just because the camera.
Just randomly, the camera angle will be like panty level, right?
I remember. I would never forget this. I think I posted this in the group chat, but
he's dead.
Okay, sorry, I got distracted. But
that was his brain melting out of his ear.
It's so crazy because like. There was a one point in the arc where it was serious. They're on a planet full of evil robots that's being taken over, and they're all fighting and everything like that.
Early on? Is this early?
two characters just got out of a fight. And one of the female characters is like, you know what? I'm gonna take a break to take a bath. She literally took in the middle of a bath of a war zone of a fight arc. She was like, I'm going to take a bath, and I was like,
the man knows what he likes, dude.
That's like, so I'm going to derail this. So in SAO's new movie, they finally get to a floor where there's a fucking house, like right, I think it was like floor 20 or some shit.
420. Okay.
But there's a full functioning bathhouse, and Austin was like, oh, it's a bath.
Yes, if there's one thing women love, it's bathing.
And then she immediately starts stripping after throwing Kirito out. This is before they're fucking.
This is before they're fucking? What the hell is the timelines right now?
So this is like the original arc from Asuna's standpoint.
Oh.
Yeah, it's the spin-off progressive movie that I went to see. Right.
Progressive. Anyway. I know that's not what that means, but I'm imagining it's called progressive because they're like, let's make it from the woman's perspective.
I mean,
she's a girl boss in this one.
She really is too.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna cut out the scene where she's like being licked by that one guy for like 20 minutes.
They haven't got to ALO in that. But anyway,
Asuna's point of view will be very fun for that one.
It's just like panned in, like, no, please.
We're gonna need a trigger warning on that one.
There's no way.
Thurman, go ahead, real quick.
There's no way you can get on Mishima when SAO is right there. Like I feel like the author of SAO. I don't know if it's this. I don't know if it's
the dude wrote his own fan fiction.
Well, remember, you can't really blame the author of SAO for how the anime happened because it's like a novel, right? Like that, it got like totally butchered from what I understand.
Yeah, they took a lot of liberties with it.
Let me tell you. Let me rant about SAO's bullshit real quick, okay? SAO was fine. One of the dumbest shit that pisses me off. Literally at the beginning of the fucking series, it's established that Asuna and Kirito are fucking married, and somehow he still has to get the harem. What in the fuck? Like, why?
My man's a monogamist over here, Thurman. Wow, I wouldn't have expected it from him.
Pisses me off. I do nothing. I love harem series. I love it to death. One of my biggest tropes I hate in manga, because only manga from what I've seen, that like I hate. It makes me very uncomfortable and very pissed off when two characters are very already established, but yet the writer still has like romance issues with like other people.
Thurman's a loyal man, ladies.
And that pisses me off because first of all, it makes me so mad because I'm just like, bro, they're already in a relationship. Stop trying to ruin the relationship. That's the first thing. Second, it's just like I've said this repeatedly. One of my favorite Glock, stop eating the plant.
So technically,
I think he's still talking.
One of my favorite horror mangas is Strawberry 100% or Ichigo 100%. Ichigo from Bleach. Anyway,
nice.
So the reason why I like that manga so much is the fact that the main character is literally like a middle school should love, having multiple crushes in like middle school, because that's what you do. Let's be honest, we were all in middle school. We had crushes on like 5 girls, right? Like, maybe it's just me. Maybe I was just a hoe, but like, like
you're a hoe.
You're young, you're stupid, like you like multiple women. There are a lot of pretty girls when you're growing up in middle school and high school. Like you're not, high school, unless you get into a relationship or whatever, but in middle school, you're like, oh shit, that girl's really pretty, or that girl's really pretty. You don't have a chance with any of them, but you can still have like small crushes and shit, right? Like to me, that's what like a good harem should be, right? Like the main character, male or female, having a tough time deciding between multiple good candidates for relationships for them, and then ultimately picking the one that they think is the right for them the most. And that's what Ichigo 100% was all about. He was struggling because each girl had something personality-wise that he liked, and they were like, he was meant to be with all of them, but he could only pick one, and that's like, okay, I can't, I can't bullshit no more. I have to settle down and be in a relationship with one that I think I can see myself with. And I like that shit. Also, I like horror mangas that have that are also like shonen battle manga too, like Nejima and Trinity 7, because I like that action shit. But anyway, but that's why I like. And like SAO doesn't have that shit. You already established that Asuna wants to fuck Kirito.
Yes,
Literally,
but technically, Thurman, they weren't in a official relationship until the ALO arc, where fucking the creepy over on the Fairy Kings over here basically molesting her in fucking the ALO world.
Bro, I don't give a fuck. They were established.
Dude, SAO is the 50 Shades of Grey of anime.
Yeah, but like at the initial arc, they were just friends in a fucking video game, basically. Like, I have sus fucking comms with most of my friends in like fucking group chats inside of MMOs and shit, dude.
Thurman, the disconnect you and I are experiencing right now as filthy casual monogamists, we're dealing with a pansexual here. Not only does he want to fuck everyone, he wants to have 30 simultaneous relationships.
No, trust me, I don't want that. I do not. I'm putting that on camera right now. I do not want that. I can barely handle one.
I'm not even saying that. Like
the difference in that mindset, though, Thurman, is this is somebody in a long distance relationship. They have no idea how far apart they are, where in the world they are, because this is a worldwide launch of a video game.
That's fair.
This could be somebody in the middle of America having a casual romance.
It's like a Discord boyfriend.
Right.
Yeah, like
right.
I might never meet this guy. Yeah.
I might never meet this person IRL, or I might die tomorrow. That's the initial reason, like, oh, well, let's form up here. Like, I can have a chance with any of them. But once he finds out, like, oh, I'm like 3 city blocks away from this person, I can have an actual meaningful relationship with them. That's when I'm like, okay, I'm more on your page there. There's no need for the fucking harem bullshit after that. I will 100%, like from ALO onward, there's no real need for that. It's just the author's style of writing. And I do agree, it is kind of cringy, it's kind of, stupid. But in that initial phase of the Death Game arc of SAO, that's something that they had no idea the distance between them or if they would live to see tomorrow.
The dream drop distance. Hey, Thurman, before you have to leave, so wrap up your SAO thoughts real quick, but I do want to just very quickly, very, very quickly talk about One Piece. So go ahead and wrap up your SAO.
Stop looking. Go away. Go away. Okay, so, yeah, I don't buy that shit, bro. It was clearly established, right? I just can't, like...
they technically had canonical, non-canonical sex in 16.5, but...
It's 16, yo, it's 16-bit, bro!
In 16.5, there's a fanfiction chapter that Reki wrote that he is not fond of anymore because it was a product of his younger days. Where it's basically nothing but a glorified fanfiction hentai chapter.
Man, this man knows all of the fucking... I feel like SAO is getting up to the point where it's as complicated as Kingdom Hearts lore.
No, it's not really.
So many different goddamn subsections and what's canon and what's not.
Well, that's the one that he's like, this is not canon. I wrote this when I was a younger kid. I'm not a fan of this. Just like he's stopped writing sexual assault as a plot after Alicization.
Even worse when like Sinnoh was announced into the series, and I love Sinnoh. Sinnoh was actually the best part about SEO. Fight me, but
waifu for lifu.
She was like a heavy candidate for like, bitch. No, he's already taken. Like, and my thing is, I'm not even
technically she beat the shit out of him originally, and then she fell, like in lust with him.
Growing up, right? I'm that maybe like I would consider having open relationship. I'm not against like open relationships. In fact, I think I would consider having open relationship and trying it out.
They have their places in modern society.
I think that I personally, I don't really. That's why I'm saying single. I don't think that I could be. I could be faithful, but I don't think I could necessarily
just get in a poly relationship then, Thurman.
Tied, yeah, that's what I mean. Tied down to one person. You know what I mean? So
there's too much. There's too much Thurman to go around for one lady.
It's not even that, but I just love. I think it's because I have multiple best friends and shit like that, and I just love like.
And he wants to fuck his best friends. That is true. I know this about Thurman.
I love for like all of them, so it's just like I don't know. But
Thurman,
anyway,
when are you gonna fuck me? When's it happening?
Turn into a girl and I got you.
You know, I unironically wait. Have you fucked yet? Like I haven't asked in a while. Are you still a virgin?
Yes, I'm trying to lose my virginity in May when I head to Vegas.
Oh shit. Just get tested. Get everyone involved tested. I don't trust some random fucking street hoe. Okay.
Random fuckers. That's funny, but it's not. I'll probably just pay for it. Shut up. Okay.
That's why he was saying that, you stupid fuck.
But anyways,
Real quick before you leave, Thurman, I got. Okay, so first, all I want to talk. David, get yourself a sucker, boy. Swear to God. Something to stop you from coughing. I'm gonna kill myself. What is that?
They're like lozenges.
Oh, okay. Anyway, what were you saying, Thurman?
so anyways, I do like forum series like that. I think horror series like that are great, but SAOs is just fucking.
Gotcha.
I think that's subplot for
Real
it. But
quick about One Piece, Thurman. So the only thing I want to talk about in One Piece is Zoro seeing the visage of the Grim Reaper. What the fuck?
everyone's suspecting it's Brooke.
Yeah, and that would make sense. But like the only thing that's making me a little sus about it is that normally when Oda does a gag like that, I feel like he would pay it off in the same chapter and not like bait you throughout an entire chapter. You know what I mean?
And yeah, because I will say that this chapter was very misleading.
Yeah, yeah. Kid and Law versus fucking Big Mom. It's like the last 2 pages.
It's like the last two, bro. That's what I was talking about. That's what we were talking about before. Like, it kept switching through, like, everyone leaving, everyone doing this, everyone doing that. And I was expecting, like, a full-page Kid versus Big Mom.
I'm hoping that's what's next. Like, this is reminding me of, remember how the Robin fight was, where it was like the first fight, or the first chapter of the Robin fight, it was like a couple pages leading up to it, and then we got like the full one where she went into the different form and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, Oda, the pacing on his fights are crazy, but like, is that what you're going with? Do you think it's actually Brooke, or like, it just seems such a strange thing to throw in there?
I hope. I mean, the chapter was good. Oh, you got it.
To me, the only 2 things that it can be that isn't stupid and bold, because I don't want randomly all of a sudden there to be like afterlife spirit shit in One Piece. Like, there's no way. Like, I don't think it's literally the Grim Reaper. The only 2 things that I like are that A, it's Brooke fucking around, or B, Zoro is so close to death that he's like hallucinating right now. And I could fuck with that second one.
Go ahead.
That was all I had to say. What do you need to say?
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm hoping. I mean, that's not my issue. The chapter was like very misleading because when I went into it, I was expecting like a full blown fight, and I was just like, okay, Oda said Big Mom versus Law and Kids. Where's the fight? I mean, I'm ready.
Yeah. I mean, we haven't gotten a good.
I was gonna be pissed because like when it was looking like they got the fake out defeat for them, and Big Mom was about to go up there. I was like, are you fucking kidding me, Oda?
King of Lightning would be really. King of Lightning is very much on the Big Mom should not lose here camp. What are you on?
I'm on I just need some fights at this point. At this point, I don't give a fuck.
Because all the fight. I mean, I want to know if you agree with me on this. Have all the fights been mid since Roof Piece? Roof Piece was good, but everything other than that, fight-wise, has been kind of mid.
I literally been saying that even like the side fights for like Jinbei, Frankie were mid. Like, I knew something was up as soon as I was like, okay, these fights, because usually even like the side fights are pretty fucking fire.
Yeah, like think go back, Frankie versus fucking Baby Five is not Baby Five. What the fuck is it? Senior Pink. Frankie versus Senior Pink is such a good example of like a more new One Piece fight that he took the time to actually develop. Like that fight, I'm pretty sure got at least 2 or 3 chapters, and there was like a story going on in the fight. There's a really good video done by Mr. Morge. Mr. Morge has been the big like. Oh shit, sorry about that. Mr. Morge has been the big, like, these fights suck YouTuber that I've been, like, coping with because he agrees with our take on the fights recently. And his whole take on it is, like, normally a One Piece fight always has, like, a through-line story. There's a story involved in there. It's not just the fight. There's, like, an interaction happening with the characters. There's things happening, and it goes through these phases. But these recent ones have only been the final phase. There's no setup to these fights. It's just, it feels like you're seeing the last 5 minutes of every single fight.
Yeah, and that's how I felt with like King and Zoro and Queen and Sanji. Like, bro, that shit
is disrespectful to both characters.
So
On God.
disappointing.
Like that's like I was like, wait a minute, is that it? like, bro, that shit is embarrassing.
It's pretty bad, and like I said, either the only things that I will accept here, like in terms of the manga, like either we have to have some sort of like if there's a moment, because again, like one of the you did watch the Mr. Morge videos I sent you then?
Yes.
So he's got a theory where because they're ancient zones, and one of the things that was set up about ancient zones, or excuse me, not ancient, awakened zones, right? Because clearly they'd be awakened. Like, there's no way they're not. And one of the things that was set up about awakened zones back in the Impel Down arc is that awakened zones, their, like, whole big thing is durability. And, like, they'll get up after, like, it'll seem like they're dead, and then bam, right? So, like, I'm praying to Oda that, like, they get up, and they're like, you thought we were fucking done? Like, I want one of those, remember in Sabaody Archipelago? Go ahead.
Oh no, Undertaker style.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like remember in Sabaody Archipelago where they literally they used all of their strength and to beat that one fucking pacifista, like the one Kuma bot, and then they're like, huh, and then another one shows up. That's what I need. I want them to be like, we won, we did it, and then they fucking Undertaker. Yeah, please. If that happens, then it'll all make sense. Then it'll be like, oh, that's why the fights were so short, because it was a fucking misdirect. That's what I'm praying for.
I feel like this is a newer trend here, and I think I mentioned this a bit in the last time you guys talked about One Piece. It's like, he's so burnt out from this long ass series, and he wants to get towards the end that he's relying more and more on that animation studio. That's why I had that meeting with Toei.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm seeing this a lot more. Like there's a big quote in the Ancient Mage's Bride subreddit, because people treat the manga as the storyboard, right?
Right.
And then it's used to flesh things out. Because there's obviously things that are cut from an anime and things that are added in an anime that aren't in that storyboard. It's just used to outline what needs to be done.
Mm-hmm. And while I understand that, I hate it. Like I'm just gonna put it out there. I need a manga should be able to stand. A manga should be able to stand on its own. Okay, because not everyone's gonna watch both. You know what I mean? And like, so for a perfect example, I had zero issue with Fire Force. Okubo put his whole pussy in every single fucking. You guys have heard that joke before, right? I'm not just gonna sound like insane. He put his whole fucking pussy into every single fight. The Arthur dragon fight was like 16 chapters long, and like the anime ain't gonna have to add shit to that because he added every single goddamn thing. Like so, like.
But on the same regard, he did
Might make
the
it shorter,
opposite.
to be honest. I hope not, but they might make it shorter.
Fuck no. If they make that fight shorter, I'm killing someone in real life. This is the evidence. Use it in court.
But from the same perspective, like he did the classic, like one has one ending and one has another ending, and neither one is universally loved by the fan base for Soul Eater.
Sure, but not really relevant to what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, I'm right now purely talking about fights, right? Like, in terms of fights, if it's a fighting manga, you should not skimp out on the fights. The only reason that this is happening with Oda is because the man is a freak and he has 30,000 ideas and he wants to do them all. That's it.
And like, Ancient Mage's Bride obviously isn't a fighting manga.
Yeah.
I was using that as like the standard there. And you see this dividing as both of these fucking industries are worked to the bone.
Mm.
You're seeing the manga go more on that shorter path, and then you're also seeing
That's true, yeah.
the animation go to this studio's doing this, but this studio's also doing an in-between, and this one's doing an in-between, and this is doing an in-between, to cut the workload for that, so there's a higher turnaround of these shorter anime.
And honestly, that it's one of the things that it makes me really appreciate those manga that are probably never going to get an anime. Like Hanako right now, like we don't really know if it's going to get a season 2 because it's on that like it's popular, but like will it get a season 2 popular? We don't know, right? So like
It's kind of like Jason Liebert wrote on my my Noragami volume, like it's the one thing you can't really control.
Manifesting a season 3.
Yeah.
So, and I feel like authors that don't know if they're getting an anime, they put more work into their manga. because that is, at least as far as they know, the only way that their story is being told. So with Hanako, every single volume, the art is pristine, right? And I feel like it's because that author knows, well, I can't just like piggyback off of an anime. You know what I mean? Like, but Oda knows, especially nowadays, more people are I would say by leaps and bounds, more people watch the anime of One Piece than read the manga. And so I feel like when you know that, it can it could consciously or subconsciously, it can make you work less hard on your manga because it's becoming kind of like a crutch to lean on for him. Go ahead, Thurman.
Yeah, no, I agree with you 100%. Because every time I talk about One Piece, everyone asks me, like, "Do you watch One Piece? Do you watch One Piece?" I'm like, because it's funny because right now my nerdy thing is like when people always ask me, because I wear most like the nerd, like the anime shirts and all that. They're like, "Oh, you like anime? You watch anime?" I'm like, "Yeah, I watch anime, but I mostly read." They're like, "Oh, you read the manga?"
They're like fucking nerd. Yeah. Most people do not have the attention span. These, like, when I ask coworkers, they're like, I can't read. I don't read shit. Like it's like a thing to brag about. It's so weird.
Bro, my family gives me shit for reading too much. Actually,
unbelievable. Imagine, that's insane.
Like, all you do is read, and Bill Barr.
Fuck
like,
them, Thurman. You are smarter for it. You are smarter than all of them for it.
Yeah, they're not. I don't think they're doing mean thing, but it's just like, oh my god, they're just like, oh, so you always read, reading that stuff and blah blah blah.
What would they rather you do? Some fucking dumb shit? Like, what do they do for fun? I bet it's fucking stupid.
So it's fuck constantly, from what Thurman said.
I wish I could do that. Anyway, but
I was thinking of that Family Guy joke where it's like, don't say doing your wife, don't say doing your wife, doing your son.
Oh god.
So like so when because that's mainly what all I do. Like I tell people all the time, I'm like, I really do like anime. It's just like I've been slacking heavily on my anime watching, and I admit that. But I mostly just read like webtoons, American comics.
Well, the older you get, and the more you want to maximize your time. Like the good thing about reading is that you control the pace.
Mm-hmm. Whereas to stay relevant with any show or anything like that, you have to be on it like weekly or monthly or binge it in a day. To be one of those fucking freaks. Like with Witcher, I had to fucking dodge. Even though I own all the books and the audiobooks and all of that, like. I had to dodge season 2 spoilers, because obviously there's going to be things changed and an adaptation and something like that. It for the first time in like months, I had Black Clover spoiled for me on Twitter.
Damn.
So like.
Gotta block those keywords, boy.
I did.
Block more.
Strangely enough, I didn't block White Clover.
Ha.
And that's how I got spoiled.
That's funny.
But yeah. So, like...
It's funny, I've actually been reading I've been getting impatient with One Piece, and I've actually been reading the fan translations, like, on Wednesday when they come out, because I'm so desperate for, like a reveal that, like, I keep waiting. I'm like, please, Oda, reveal that you have not been mid, and this is all a master plan.
Right. It's one of those things, like... And
I just want to make sure. Thurman, are you still here?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought he left.
He's like way in the distance though. But yeah, like that's the thing. Like controlling the pace of something like that is so freeing. That's why I do read a lot more manga, and a lot more.
But the art has to be good.
Oh,
like I'm telling you, man. Like Hanako is such a joy to read. Because Fire Force. I mean, God, Okubo's art got so much better. Because his early Soul Eater art, I was what is happening? You know what I mean?
And that's touched up.
Oh
like,
yeah.
This is the original Volume 1. This is the original Volume 1.
Yeah, it's really messy, his early art.
But like those hardcovers that I loaned you are like the definitive edition where they touched up all the art and everything and went back.
Oh yeah, by the time it's like volume, I mean, look at how much Oda or Kubo's art changed from like volume 1 to volume 4. Like his that double page spread I made as my Twitter cover with Maka.
It's like volume 5, right?
Yeah, it's so good. So like it gets good really quickly, but like the art has to be good. And like with fucking like Oda's recent art, it's just been like. A struggle to read, dude.
Oh yeah,
it's approaching Mob Psycho webcomic at times.
So the big one that really got me is like Paru, the Beastars author.
I actually kind of like her art.
But like you can see, like from volume 1 to volume 2 to volume 3 to volume 4, like how much better her art got progressively.
I mean, I think you can perfect your craft over time because even like you can notice like some authors who've been writing, even Bleach, reading through Bleach, Kubo's art considerably better over the years. Like
it definitely gets cleaner.
But yeah, like
I can, like, it's almost to like a level of like where I'm like I can see like holy shit, like your art, like even Black Clover, like a lot of authors when you like been drawing for 5 to 6 years, like you learn to like do some new stuff with your shit. You know what I mean? So
like that ending panel in the recent Black Clover chapter is some of the hardest his art's been in a long time.
Yeah, it's been a long fucking time. Dude. Holy shit, the shading and it's fine.
Yeah, that one shook me. And then recently, like the Yo's Fam author, this week's chapter, like that, it just something so slice of lifey like that, but the art was so well defined in it.
Yeah, a little bit repetitive chapters these last couple of weeks, but it works, I guess.
Yeah. But so before you go,
the series, but you know,
before you go, Magu-chan, what are your thoughts?
I'm so sad to see it go, man. It was so good.
Yeah, I don't think it's gone yet. It clearly states that there's a bit more left, but I do think that we're going to potentially have a Chainsaw Man style thing here, a part 2 down the road.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, I think that's what we're coming down to. I think a lot of people are to do like part 2s to their stuff now. Like I know there was a talk about seasonal manga. That's a very weird to think about.
I love that. Again, the seasonal trend is so good for like the health and like just the health in general of anime.
It's better than getting rid of the dislike button.
But not only is it better for the health of the creators, but it's way better for the content. Like, I mean, again, obviously Togashi is an extreme example, but that man is the ultimate seasonal mangaka. And by seasonal, I mean his seasons are once every 10 years. But when he fucking pops shit out, it's 10 out of 10 every single time.
And it stays at the top of the rankings for a fucking full year.
Sells millions.
But no, like, see, that's the trend that I really think is so cool. And with Magu-chan, there's so much potential there. Obviously, we focused on Magma Knock here in this first bit, but we could focus on the Holy Knights and all their shit, because we got introduced to their realm, essentially, a few chapters ago. We could focus on the other supreme deity, the Eldritch beings here, whatever you want to call them.
There's a lot to be left answered, and the fact that we're ending at like 80, like 70, or like around the 80s is very, very weird.
Exactly.
So I don't think either we're gonna get a sequel or I don't know. But I mean, he's ending on his terms, I believe so.
Which is a good thing, because that needs to happen more, because you have that split here. Like, you obviously have things like Candy Flurry and like all those other ones that kind of just didn't work, Red Hood, Niru, all those that just didn't catch on and didn't sell well for those first few volumes, and unfortunately they met their end. But you also have those like Hardboiled Cop and Dolphin and Phantom Seer to a degree, I would guess you would say, that kind of had that natural-ish end. And then you have what seems to be a finale here set up for Magu. So
I'm about to fucking be on the phone all the way to work on the podcast.
I love it, Thurman. That's what's it called? Commitment. I respect it.
We won't be much longer, obviously, because we're at an hour and 20.
Bro, but like, look at the fucking art of Hana.
Oh my god, it's so...
Isn't that gorgeous?
It is literally some of the most well-drawn art.
Like, it's so
hopefully
fucking
I
nice
get VTO today at work.
What's up?
They're like, hey, hopefully I get VTO today at work.
You waited till the very moment you had to leave to see that.
She does these like beautiful full page things, and like and then like so compare this art to fucking poopy fucking rough ass One Piece. Like, I'm getting so fucking triggered at, like, it's still a great story, but I mean, like, it's just a struggle. It's a struggle to read. It's so goddamn rough and scribbly, and then like there's an attack going on over here, and I literally am like, what's even happening? Like, what's happening here? Like, she's getting rammed into something, but like I had to like squint, and I'm like,
what? Like, Oda used to. I'm not the biggest One Piece fan. I'm not the biggest One Piece fan. That's well established. But what the fuck is that art?
Thurman, what were you saying now?
That shit's funny.
Yeah, if I go back-
Are we talking about early Oda art or early Soul Eater art?
No, I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about current chapter One Piece art and how booty garbage it is. I don't give a fuck. Let's go to 260. Clean.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. Like that one panel where Kid was like, did he pull her or some shit? Like there was one panel.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was showing him. I was showing him the panel where Kid rammed
Even Whole Cake was better than that.
Oh yeah. Sorry, go ahead. Finish what you're saying.
That's like 200 chapters ago.
That shit. Okay, yeah, that shit. I was like, what the fuck? I literally, I didn't even care enough to skim. I didn't even care enough to do a double take. I just skipped past that shit hella fast. I just assumed what was happening.
But
and
like,
I was like,
that's
it's for the
200
best.
chapters ago. The art was gorgeous.
Yeah, I think behind the scenes, like, he's really struggling. I mean, like, this is like peak One Piece right here. Like, I mean, it's clear. That's all I'm saying. That's what I fucking miss. Is like his art used to be clear and you could tell what was fucking happening in the fights. Like, you know what I mean?
I think Oda's age is catching up with him, and I mean that's fine. But like,
but you compare
this week.
I do believe
Very
that.
sketchy.
I know we have like another 4 years until it's ending, but
I don't think he's gonna make it another 4 years.
And that's so sad to hear, but
I'm sure. I think that's an over exaggeration. I'm just saying.
But like, I mean, he needs an assistant. He needs a fucking assistant.
And I'm sure he does have them, but I don't know. I think he's just being pulled in too many directions because he's Oda, so he's also involved. They force him. They don't force him, but I'm sure they peer pressure him to be involved with the anime and the movies, and he's probably being pulled in 37 different directions.
Well, I mean, he's their money man.
Oda at this point is just like what Toriyama is. Like Toriyama at this point is just an advisor to like Jump right now. Like to Square Enix, like anything Dragon Quest, anything like Dragon Ball. Like
I think he really designed in 11.
They come to Toriyama for everything when it comes to like fucking like literally Toriyama was the man who designed the villains for Jump Force. Like they literally come to him for shit just because. Like he's that
well,
much
so they
of
can
a
say
legend.
in the fucking marketing, Toriyama original character.
Yeah, but like
so it's just like Oda's like that, right? Like we already know like once One Piece ends, Jump is gonna be like, hey yo Oda, we have a new like Jump game, like Jump Battle Festival. Can you like make like 5 original characters for this game, please?
Yo, if it's called Jump Battle Festival, they need to pay Thurman royalties.
right?
So that actually sounds legit as fuck.
That does sound like a Jump game. But no, like I think all Toriyama did for 11 was the pro tag, right? Like that's all he designed, wasn't it?
No, he did 3. He did the villains. Like he did Prometheus. He literally all the villains looked like Dragon Ball. Like you can tell. I love Toriyama, but his designs are so. I'm not even gonna say generic or so.
No. They're generic.
They're pretty boring.
They're very predictable. Like they literally every villain.
Literally,
all
you could
the original
fucking
villains.
palette swap them and they would fit right into fucking Dragon Ball.
Yeah, there's
all of them are just
one of the hero costumes from Smash Brothers just looks like Android 17. Right?
That's the newest hero. But like here's the thing. Like to wrap all of this up, pretty neatly. Last week we talked about Troy Baker and his fucky wucky. Today he put out a PR tweet. I put that PR tweet in the fucking group chat. Red, do you want to read that?
Could you remind me? I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about, frankly. I was probably at work and didn't read it.
Sorry. Troy Baker was partnering with an NFT group to kind of crowdsource like voice acting.
Where is it?
Okay, I'm gonna need someone to explain full breakdown of what the fuck NFTs are.
Oh, I got you. I think. Wait. Hold on. Wait. No, okay. I think you'll know better.
So remember those sites that used to exist when we were kids? Those like 1-800 numbers where you could call and buy a star, and you would get a certificate and own the star. It's essentially that, but for digital art.
Yeah. It's the more meta way to explain it is. Rich people have been doing things for a long time to trade money back and forth in a way that doesn't look so sus. One of the examples of how rich people trade money back and forth, because art is you can value it at whatever you want because it's art and it's subjective. People will sell, like, whenever you see those stupid pieces of art where it's like a banana on a bar stool and it sells for like $30 million and everyone's like, oh, why did this sell? It's usually actually rich people laundering money back and forth. Like, literally, that's how, and basically NFTs have become that new thing because all you have to do is, like, buy a digital asset and, like, say, oh, this is worth $30 billion, and then people be like, I guess it's worth $30 billion. It's just stupid. I'm not going to pretend like I understand everything about it, but it's ridiculous and stupid.
But what Troy Baker was doing with this company was essentially...
every time someone...
Oh, he's dead. Oh, we might have lost him signal-wise there.
Okay,
oh,
so... Hello.
Yeah, you're good. Go.
So every time someone explains NFT to me, every time I look it up, I get more and more confused.
Oh yeah, it's confusing as fuck. It's literally, it's Ethereum and the blockchain that is art.
It's like Bitcoin, but like instead of an imaginary coin you own, it's an imaginary picture that you own.
Usually of some ugly ape. I was going to, for this podcast, have some art commissioned of me, my profile picture, in that disgusting style.
Gross.
And I'm like, I'm not wasting $150 on this to 5 people that responded to.
Get yourself like a low tier artist that'll do it for like $10. Not saying, hoe them if that's what their prices are.
Yeah, like everybody responds like in the 150 to 200.
Hold on, Thurman, what?
Art Twitter was gonna be all red ass with that shit.
If that's their price, motherfucker, listen, man. I'm sorry if that's what they fucking price their shit at. I'm just saying, go to someone who's valued at that. All right, I'm saying like you don't got to get like high tier art.
No.
Someone that's doing little $10 sketches. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what I was originally looking for, and then everybody was like,
there are people who literally get like offended.
Dude, I was the guy that would tip Utena like $30 on a fucking $30
on the thumbnail.
I would double her shit. All right, I love artists.
On the thumbnail that we never used for that one death battle that was broken, I tipped her like an extra 50 on top of it.
What, the Miriam versus
no,
Rolo?
we did a Xanort versus Eisen, but the audio was fucked. That was a fun video too. We need, by the way, on this podcast that we're doing bi-weekly, I want to bring back the death battles as like a sub.
The chaos battles.
Yes, of course, the brand.
And hopefully I can animate by that time. Remember that?
Remember when Thurman was going to learn how to animate? How you doing, buddy?
Bro, I've been depressed
as fuck. That's a deep fucking cut.
Say again, Thurman?
I've been depressed as fuck.
We've all been depressed as fuck.
So, Thurman, I have a bunch of 3D animation books I found that were from my college that I put in with all the stuff that you left here.
This man
honestly, I'm not gonna. It's not gonna be like. They're gonna be like 1 minute melee level, like sprite animation style. You know what I mean?
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Like that shit. Like I'm not doing like fucking like death battle like Hume's dojo.
That's what you originally said you were gonna do.
No. He actually. I'm gonna vouch for Thurman here.
Hold on, motherfucker.
Thurman, shut the fuck up. I've got you. I'm vouching for you. Thurman from the beginning has said it was gonna be sprite animation.
I know. I'm just fucking with him.
In my car, I can yell, bitch. The fucking cars next to me are just gonna be thinking that I'm fucking like yelling at like my wife or something.
You're divorcing.
But like no, so what this company,
bro?
What this company was doing was they'd already gotten caught doing some sketchy ass shit, and that's why Troy Baker was getting dragged for this.
Who is Troy Baker again?
He's one of the most prolific voice actors on the planet.
And what's
he's well known. He does.
He's done Joel from fucking The Last of Us. He's been in like 9 million
Anything
things.
I would care about.
Literally pull up his wiki.
All right.
He has this. I think he does anime too, doesn't he? Or mostly video.
He does all sorts of shit. But no, like him being one of the most prolific voice actors and being caught in such a sketchy web, his fucking peers were calling him out like, "This is fucking stupid. This is going to cost us work. People are already having their fucking shit stolen."
I don't know
by
if you've
this.
seen, but he did step away from it.
Oh yeah, that's why I said he put out the PR tweet.
Oh yeah. So basically, my take on any celebrity who gets involved in NFTs, those are the sussy ones. They're probably doing because honestly, it's like the big thing.
I think
real
it's
quick. Well, sure. It's either that or they're trying to get rich quick because it's the new like Dogecoin, Bitcoin craze.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you do it right, you can get rich on it. So a lot of people are like desperately trying to get rich.
I think it's more management pushing younger, more naive voice actors into it so they can get another bag too on the side.
Yeah, no, they're taking advantage of people to get rich. So yeah, anyone the NFT shit, if they're involved, I'm sus of them immediately.
Yeah. So like Callan's voice actors was in on some NFT shit. I was told by Tyler, one of our longtime fans, and that's why I'm like, okay, I'm seeing Mike Shinoda pulled into this, who's one of the most intelligent men I've ever had the pleasure of talking to, lead singer of the rapper for Linkin Park.
The rapper, he's a rapper.
He was the new metal like really that worked alongside Chester. He also did I forget the other band, Fort Minor.
He also did Fuck. Is that a new album?
Yeah, well, I mean, he has Fuck.
Apparently, he was also the main Bount in the fucking Bount arc in Bleach.
Yep, he was Lepsky and Monster. He was Pain, Yamato.
He's Excalibur in Soul Eater. He's Fool. He's Fool guy. Oh, that's one that matters to me. I just fucking
but like
Fool.
Like
Troy Baker's the goat, bro. I actually almost met him at one of the cons.
I literally need go ahead, sorry.
Like next to Nolan North, like I met Nolan North, I met Steve Bloom, I met what's that nigga's name? Chris Sabat. Didn't care much for Monica Real or Chris what's his name? Chris or Sean, whatever the fuck, dope voice actor. And yeah, Sean Schimmel. Didn't care for those two, but Chris Sabat is dope, right? And then I met Nolan North, Steve Bloom, shit like that. I was so pissed. I ran out of fucking money, so I couldn't take a photo with Nolan North. I couldn't meet Troy Baker, but he was there. I saw his beautiful face. So, like, it's great. That's why when there's cons out here, I'm going to go. There's cons out here and all that.
I'm just saying, I need someone to make like a fucking animation of Excalibur, because you know how Excalibur is, like people try to talk about fool, and then he'll just say some obscene bullshit. I want Excalibur explaining like how great his NFTs are. Like, fool, you don't understand the blockchain.
Please, somebody make that.
The legend.
For the love of Christ.
That's perfect.
Somebody make that.
Because Excalibur would buy an NFT. He is absolutely the type of character to do that.
He really is. But no, like, him getting dragged by that, he ended up going on Alana Pierce's podcast and explaining a lot of it. I urge people to go watch that. He really dives into...
You got like a full-ass grasp. Full-ass grab of your cat's leg right now.
Oh my God.
Well, look. You just gripped, and she doesn't give a shit.
No,
are you
really
seeing
don't.
this? I'm giving your cat a leg hand job right now. No.
She's like, I'm done with you.
His cat's incredibly tired, and I just like full gripped its leg. And anyway, go ahead.
So like him getting dragged, going on that podcast, and he got dragged more for trying to explain it away. And then once so much backlash came there, it's like, okay, I'm stepping away from this project. No, please do not hire me anybody kind of move.
Yeah, I'm actually, this, by the way, when right-wingers are like, oh, cancel culture, like, I gotta be honest, this is, I want to say that this is the beauty of cancel culture is great. All cancel culture is when you've done something so horrendous that the entire public is like, don't touch that man. Don't let him in ever again. It's a perfect way of monitoring public behavior. Cancel culture existed in the medieval times. If you went to someone's fucking doorstep and shit in their house, you're gonna get canceled because you're a weirdo. Like it's just modern day that. So like that's the point, right? So like I love that because like it's the same thing.
Because people like the Quartering, Yellow Flash. I will continually name drop them too. I don't give a fuck. Like, people like them, right, Umbrella Guy, the Young Ripper, people like them, they only want the people that they like to not be canceled. And that's really all it is.
Oh, yeah,
it's not the fact that, because if you hate cancel culture, you can't be biased. You have to hate it for everybody. You know what I mean?
And no one does. So, like, because again, the more you think about it, the more you realize.
It's easier for people, you either have to be fair and not want anyone to get canceled, or you have to be like, oh yeah, cancel culture, because that's not how it works. Because for me,
I don't want anyone to be canceled. I want people
No, I do.
to I want people to be held accountable for their actions. But once they've shown that they have repented for their actions, then the canceling should be done.
Yeah, no
You know what I
perma
mean?
cancel, but you cancel them until they've fucking fixed themselves.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Social
it's
ostracization is one of the best ways to get people to change their ways, okay? When I was going down, I was never like a right-winger, but like when I had some cringe beliefs, it was my friends telling me like, that's kind of cringe, bro, and me worrying like, oh shit, I don't want to lose my friends, that steered me in the right direction. That shit's important.
Yeah, so, like,
yeah, because my thing is, it's like, people like R. Kelly, people like Brock Turner, people like them, who clearly have not shown any repentance for their actions.
well, one of them's still in prison, so they really can't.
So like, and like Bill Cosby, like people like that who have done shitty things, and they're like Trump, right? Trump definitely deserves to get canceled because clearly he does not repent for what the shit that he says and does. You know what I mean? So why the fuck would people feel bad for people canceling him when, you know, like he doesn't show any sort sense of like repentance? You know what I mean? And like, there's some people who, of course, like everything, every good thing is ruined by bad people. It happens. I literally had the same talk with one of my coworkers at work, where he was talking about how he hates how sensitive people are now. And I'm like, I agree, but at the same time, there's people. It's not necessarily like sensitivity, because there are a lot of people who are sensitive now to bullshit that it shouldn't be. But to be fair, it's just a lot of people aren't taking shit that they would have back in 2005. You know what I mean? And I brought up certain movements like Me Too movement, Black Lives Matter. These two movements, at the end of the day, have done more good than harm.
True.
And are literally great movements, but there are always people in those movements who abuse that. You know what I'm saying?
And
like,
there has been a lot of abuse of both sides of that movement.
If you tell me you hate the Me Too and Black Lives Matter movement, it's automatically a red flag.
Oh yeah.
Because to me, you can hate the bad people who will use those movements that are meant for good for their own nefarious schemes, like they're a villain or some shit. But like, they're all like, here's the thing, right? There's always going to be evil women in the Me Too movement who are going to use that to get rid of people, male or female, that they don't like, and use that as a scapegoat. Same on Black Lives Matter.
Happened a lot.
There's going to be people like that. That's just how it is. But you have to understand, you can't generalize those people with the entire movement. And generalization is one of the biggest downfalls of humanity.
Man, I'm so proud of Thurman. Thurman, you've come such a long way. You are smarter, by the way, than like 80% of humanity. Just from this,
like, because think about it, right? Like the Me Too movement has definitely, it's good. We're getting rid of people in Hollywood who've been letting shit slide for so many years. So many people who suffered finally got a chance for redemption because of Me Too. But the Me Too movement has been nothing but good. But there's just like a little, you know, black eggs in there who ruined the movement. But no, it doesn't mean the Me Too movement is bad. It's just like a handful of people who use that movement to push their own agenda. Same in Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter is not evil whatsoever. It's African Americans saying, hey, we're tired of being killed just for walking down the goddamn street.
Let me go get my bag of Skittles.
Thurman's fucking going off right
like,
now. Thurman, you keep talking like this, you can get elected president, man. You're fucking going off.
Yes.
I'd sooner elect Thurman than 95% of the people who would run for office.
There are a lot of African Americans who take it too far and like, yeah, all white people are evil, yeah, this and that, and like, yeah, we should get like half the state, Black Panthers, blah blah blah. But no, that doesn't mean that everyone in that movement thinks like that. The idea of the movement hasn't changed. It's just like everything. When you have a large group of people, there are going to be bad
eggs in that group.
Yeah, exactly. So every time I see people, specifically like people like the Quarter and Yellow Flash, who are like, "Oh, the Me Too movement, Black Lives Matter."
How much you want to bet that there's a person in their lives that would try to use one of those movements against them? Is why they're so against them. Especially like the quartering, I can figure he would get Me Too quicker than shit.
Yeah, because it's just like, bro, like any smart human being will be like, okay, you have to understand. Like, I get it. Sometimes it pisses you off because, like,
No, give me
in our profession, you know, we're on any Twitter, you know, like, I don't mind generalizing fan bases because that's less hurtful, you know what I mean? Even though it's still not good.
If you're being funny, that's one thing, but it's just like any group. It's like you just said, like, the bigger the group, the more cringe.
Look to My Hero or Naruto or Bleach. I mean, we've had this conversation 1,000 times. Every one of those fan groups.
He's fucking Greed in Full Metal Alchemist. There you go.
Like, even that, I'm trying to stop with generalization. I give myself a pass for that. It's just a fan base. You're not hurting anyone. But like when you generalize like genders, race, like a movement that's literally designed for good, but will get ruined by
the fucking PC chords either.
Handful of people. Like it literally blows my mind that people like, because back when the Me Too movement was in its strongest, and people were like, "Oh, I hate the Me Too movement. It's just an excuse for women to come out and accuse."
Yeah, that's fucking projecting hardcore. Those people are hiding some shit.
That's fucking dumb, right? Like, my thing is
the biggest one for that was like the pro wrestling circle.
There's always going to be bad people in that group. There's always going to be shitty women who are going to use that movement who was designed for good and has done a lot of good. We got a lot of people out of Hollywood because of the Me Too movement. People forget that, though. And there's always going to be bad women in that community who are going to try to use that to get rid of people that they don't like, or in the Black Lives Matter situation to where they're going to use that to get rid of people that don't like. But it doesn't mean the whole movement's bad. It's just those individuals are bad. But people are so fucking stupid, they're not realizing, like, oh shit, I shouldn't generalize the whole entire movement just because 2 or 3 people. And that's why what pisses me off about certain races, it's just like, bro, you're making your race look bad. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it pisses me off, specifically as a black man, when I see African Americans do dumb shit. Because it's just like, bro, every other race already looks at us with disdain, and you're not helping. They shouldn't generalize us, but they do, because the average human's fucking retarded. Or stupid, rather. I'm trying to get that in my vocabulary too. But, like, the average person is going to generalize. And that's the downfall of humanity, generalization. Because everyone does it. I don't give a fuck who you are. You do it all the time. Yeah. And that's what pisses me off when people are like, oh, all men are shit, or all women are shit, and shit like that. Like, if you're like joking, okay, well, whatever. I'm not gonna, like, fucking over like a fucking joke, a clear joke or whatever. I'm not Twitter, but it's just like, bro, like you're not. Why is like a post saying I hate all men getting like 1 million likes and shit when it's literally the same thing as saying I hate all women? Like, it's so fucking stupid. Why generalize? And then
it's easy. I think it's just like it's empty. It's smooth brain shit. Like, it's quicker and easier for people to do that when they're upset at something, right? It's like, I don't know. Like it's really satisfying for me to just, like, say that I would Thanos snap all anti-vaxxers right now if I could. Would I really? I'd have to think about it. You know what I mean? But, like...
you would.
I'd think about it. I like, if I had the Death Note, it's so funny how your view on Death Note really changes the older you get. That's a geniusly written show, because you start to see, maybe Light wasn't wrong about everything.
It's so funny. I have a whole fucking voice memo of you saying, like, you're scared of people who agree with Light, and now you're like...
the older I get, man, the more I get... the only thing that Light was wrong about was his whole deity complex. That was the one downfall of Light's morality, I think.
I mean, the older you get, the more you start to kind of see the side of the villain, right?
Yeah.
Because you've seen more and more and more bad shit happen.
Well, because villains are decided usually by whoever's in power, right? So, like, whoever's in power... kind of, what's the law? Assigns the villain role. You know what I mean? I'm trying to think of a good example. Like, I guess I'm watching Soul Eater right now. The witches have been assigned as the villains because they are the ones not in power, and Death seemingly is the one in power. And like, I imagine if that was reversed, it'd be the opposite. Where, like, because people who aren't in power and desperately want power are going to do fucky shit to get said power. It's easy for America to now be sitting pretty and be like, look at how, you see what I'm saying, right? Look at these barbarians. Look
at the Mongols.
Yeah. Yeah, so like I get it, and like I think the two flaws of Light's philosophy were the deity thing, but also he could have maybe taken sociopolitical or socioeconomic factors into his because I wouldn't have killed like petty theft criminals, and like shit like that. Like if I was doing the Light shit, I wouldn't even have gone for like most criminals. I think I would have gone for more like politician-y types and made an example, because the quickest way to lower crime is not to just Batman style. I know Batman doesn't murder them, but you know what I mean. It's not.
He technically does by extenuating circumstances. This person is now in medical debt for the rest of their life.
He died of blood loss 3 days later. Doesn't count. I didn't kill him.
This person over here needs 4 transfusions, a fucking transplant for his collapsed lung.
Right, but it's like people say, right? Bruce Wayne could do a lot more good by just donating all of his money to something, right? Mm-hmm. But Light, I think the best way to use the Death Note would be, I'll take the perfect example is like, remember when Mitch McConnell was the one guy blocking the $15 non-minimum wage? Like he could have, but that's the moment where you fucking off. Again, keep in mind, FBI. Hold on now. Wait. FBI.
FBI, open up.
FBI. Wait. Everybody shut the fuck up. I'm talking about a fictional notebook that fictionally kills people, all right? This is a fanfic. This is in Minecraft, okay? So,
this is a dream SMP. This is a podcast.
Yeah. So in Death Note, if I was Light Yagami, a fictional character with a fictional book that fictionally kills people, I would. What I would do is I would off bitch McConnell. No relation to Mitch McConnell. And he would be dead. And I would you know how you can like make them write shit like as they're dying? I would be like a message like, the next fucking politician that votes against said good bill, same shit's happening to them. And I would just keep doing that shit until the fucking message was clear. That's all you gotta do. You just fucking world leaders, shut the fuck up, you COVID whore. World leaders are who he should have targeted. Again, this fictional series.
Kim Jong-un,
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. In this story, that is fictional.
Like, no, research the entirety of a dictatorship family, and there's at least one good person in there keeping them alive. If not, off the whole family.
Yeah, remember Kim Jong-un's hot sister that everyone was simping over?
Hot sister!
She was hot! I can't help it!
Who apparently was worse than her actual brother when it comes to political shit, supposedly.
Oh my god.
Don't matter, it's still hit.
Like, she was literally evil, apparently.
I'd fuck her over the nuke button.
Just make sure them titties don't hit the red button.
Imagine imagine your son being born and you're like, Dad, Mom, what happened? You see, son, you were born. Why am I hated at school, Dad? Well, you see, son, you were a product of
my lust.
Nuclear explosion. Nuclear explosion. And where I fucked your mom was the wrong place, wrong time. And it's like the one kid.
It only costs half of China.
You were a byproduct of the nuclear holocaust.
It's gonna be like that one child who's gonna be like shamed for life because their parents started a fire for half of California because of a gender reveal.
Yeah. Now all of China knows you're here. Wow. Yeah. But I'm just saying, bro, that would have been. See, that really is Light's biggest weakness is the lack of knowledge that poverty creates crime. So if he could have just focused his Death Note powers on abolishing poverty as much as possible through policy changes, through threatening world leaders with a fictional death book, that's how you do it, baby. I'm just saying.
I like how you have to put the fiction on everything he's saying.
You're damn right. I ain't gonna have any of this out of context coming up to bite me.
Bro, you already know. We have some shit.
We're on a list for sure.
I know I am.
Just to give you an idea, they take this shit seriously. There's a guy on TikTok who he had a story time, and his story was that when he was 13 on Reddit, he did this thing on Reddit where he was like, hey, if you guys PayPal me $5, I'll record like anything in this voice that I can do, like any lines you want, whatever. And one of them was, say, and I don't even want to say it, but it was say this thing, and it was basically like, at this exact time, I'm gonna kill this exact politician and this exact way. You know what I mean? Like they told him to say that, and it was like this very specific threat that he recorded and put out on the internet. And like a Secret Service guy literally came to his house and was just like, you know, he had to have the talk, like, oh, I'm sorry, it was just a Reddit thing, yada yada, and they gave him like, you know, like one of those slaps on the wrist, like, okay, don't do that. Like they take it seriously, yeah.
No, so in college, I ended up having to take a fucking hacking and countermeasure class, and the second you're in that, because you are learning the ways to hack and implement countermeasures, you're on a list. It's insane the amount of fucking stupid shit that gets you put on those kind of lists. So now for the next, I think 3 more years, I'm on a watch list because of a class I took in college. So be careful what your degree is. And also be careful what you say on the internet. That's your lesson for this segment of the fucking podcast. Full blanket disclosure.
Nothing that was said in this podcast is serious in any way. We are very, very non-threatening white guys. At least him and I are. And
right.
Thurman's the most non-threatening black guy in existence. So
he is literally a teddy bear. No, but like, out of all...
Thurman has been shamed out of black communities for not being black enough.
Yeah.
Not inaccurate.
I almost choked on this.
Alright, well, I'm at work. I literally stayed on this podcast all the way to Amazon. Now it's time to lift boxes.
Oh, lovely. Make sure my Dr. Stone Volume 20 gets to me in one piece.
I'm sure he's handling it over in fucking bum fucking...
No, it's probably coming from down the street 15 minutes away. But no, like...
Bro, I think I forgot my... I literally think I forgot my hoodie today. Holy shit.
Wrap this podcast up in a nice, neat little hour and 45-ish minute bow. Thanks for tuning in. I do want to make one final disclosure. We've been talking about doing game tournaments for a long time.
Have we?
In the Discord.
Oh.
Red is like, wait a minute. I didn't this.
You don't really actively participate in the Discord, which you should.
Too many notifications.
You are an admin. You are a host on this channel.
Tag me and I'll show up. Tag me.
It is a proven fact if you tag me. I'll show up. But no, like we've
talked
about...
I forgot my hoodie, so I'm gonna be here cold all
That's unfortunate. Ask someone to borrow one.
We talked about doing game tournaments for a while, and specifically a lot of the mods and I are older heads in Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel just came out, and it is a viable platform. We've all been goofing around with it in some regard. So I do want to get a tournament started for that. So I'm going to be putting up a community post around the same time that I do this, upload this to all the platforms it goes on to, and then in that community post, if you would like to be entered, there will be a link to the Discord to where you can join. React to the role that you've read the rules. You'll get access to the general gaming channel. Put in like a screenshot of your Master Duel ID. We'll add you to the pool, and I would like to get that off the ground sometime in late February.
Yeah, don't be upset. There's only like 3 people in the pool.
There'll probably be me, Luke, Zangetsu, Ann Arbor, and you. But like,
bro, I'm gonna get my shit done. I just started playing the game. Like, if it's like, if we're talking like Hearthstone, Shadowverse, like Legends of Runeterra, bro, I
have not actively played Yu-Gi-Oh since like 2012.
Bro, I literally don't even. I literally have to play the tutorial still. XC summoning, Link summoning, bro. What the fuck?
On crack right now.
Oh yeah, she's literally in gremlin mode. Oh my god, she's behind the bed. But no, like
your cat from Red, he's too fascinated with it.
Dude, it's being a freak. I don't even know what to tell you.
I mean, to put in perspective for those that can't see it because it's like off camera, my cat is in the little pocket behind the bed where the pillows are usually. She's moved the pillows out of the way.
And her head is like
poking out of it.
Doing one of these, just like looking over, and she's like batting shit off the bed.
You guys remember that show on Disney, Kid vs. Cat?
Yes, I remember it.
This is Red. It's like having like a rivalry with Cat, who's like secretly an evil alien on another planet.
Right. You were the one that was talking to your dog this whole damn podcast. I want to hear your.
But like, I want to do that. I want to do like a fighting game tournament. We've done some Smash events over on the Twitch as well. And obviously we'll be streaming like the Master Duel tournament over on Twitch in some regard.
I'll beat any motherfucker in Smash. Come at me.
You won't beat Andrew.
Give me the belt right now.
Sometimes I do.
I think the best chase I had was when I was playing Sora.
Yeah.
And I was just a douche with Sora. But no, like, we want to do more of those kind of events over on the Twitch as well. And then Red streaming through, now that I'm post-COVID, streaming through Kingdom Hearts as well. We'll start that in the next couple weeks. And then catching up with Record of Ragnarok and Dr. Stone, because there's some dope shit happening in Dr. Stone.
Yeah.
But with that, any final thoughts from anybody?
Thurman, how you feeling today? You excited for work? Hello? Thurman,
Hello?
final thoughts for
Yes.
you.
Oh yeah, I'm in Amazon right now, looking at all these people getting ready to sell their souls.
16
I really-
displays of distance.
I really enjoyed
It
this
was
podcast. It really reeked of old Controlled Chaos vibes. It made me feel like I was 23 again.
And you? 23andMe? Can we get a sponsorship from them?
Go out there.
Now I'm about to have everyone look at me like I'm some sort of freak. because I'm on
How
the
dare
phone.
you have a conversation on a phone? How the fuck are you a freak?
All right, well, I'm heading to walk up.
All right, I'll see you
Already
later, Thurman. Say goodbye to the audience.
Bye. Already my manager's, I didn't have a mask on. Already my manager was like pointing at me to my mouth.
Why don't you have a mask on?
Because I literally just got a mask. I literally have 2 custom masks in my backpack, but I'm too lazy to take them out. So I get the masks from the front. Dave, you know what I'm talking about.
Double mask up or put on a KN95. Don't want that Rona. Trust me.
Don't get in trouble. I'm more concerned about you getting in trouble. As long as you're vaccinated, I don't give a fuck.
Bro, this is a business manager I feel like I only see on when I'm here late or early because, like, oh shit, I forgot my charger too.
Dude, you're fucked. You're fucked today.
Oh, have fun with that shit. But no, like, final thoughts for me, like, this, like you said, like, this is old energy. Being in the same room, you know, filming all this. Okay, I'm getting caressed by Red right now. This is nice.
Oh, I'm glad you like it.
But no, like, this energy is what really drives me to do content like this. Like, I can't wait to do, like, skits on these.
Skits, baby! We gotta bring the skits back.
Next podcast, we'll bring the skits back. Because we'll all be safe and healthy and happy.
Cat's about to rip the wires out of the
Oh, yeah, she's about to knock Google off.
What the fuck?
Oh, my God. She is, like, crazy. And Thurman just left the call.
Thurman's dead. No, I was just thinking about this. What if, while we were having that conversation about Schmitch, fucking, we got, like, a notification that he, like, had died or something? Like, that would have been upsetting. No, I mean, not upset. It'd be great if he was dead, but, like, I wouldn't want it to be associated with me at all. Like, remember that happened to me with the Playboy Mansion guy. Remember that?
Right, we were talking about Hugh Hefner, and Hugh Hefner died like 10 minutes later.
Yeah, we did a skit about not a skit. We were talking about, we did an update video, and I was in a robe, and I said, I'm here in my Hugh Hefner robe, and then like 10 minutes later, he died.
That was weird. We achievement hunted him.
No!
Like Betty White, they were talking about like 2 days before she died.
That man, he expelled more semen than any man had ever expelled, and he just killed him. He couldn't do it. I mean, you know, he was clearly fucking all those Playboy men.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's
like,
all he did all day, right?
Like there's a documentary out now from like the perspective of one of the bunnies, and like the amount of shit that his ex-wife is destroying now is basically essentially revenge porn.
Why even have a wife if you run the Playboy Mansion? Like, what's the point?
I don't know.
Oh my god.
But anyway, like, this old school energy is great. Like, I fucking love this.
Yo, feet on the street!
Wiki feet for Red!
Oh, dude, please. Wait, unironically, can someone please make me a Wiki Feet page? I've always wanted to have one to feel like famous. Here it is. Check the different angles.
You are not getting my feet on this. I'm sorry.
Get the other one?
My feet are disgusting.
Yeah, mine are a little stinky right now because work and shit. He drugged me right into this. I didn't get to have a shower yet.
Yeah. Well, mine have like a giant callus on the big toe.
Make me a Wiki. All right, hey, first person to make me a Wiki Feet. I don't even know how that works. I don't know if you have to have enough people. For whoever makes me a Wiki Feet page, I will. I'll pay probably $5.
Okay.
Hit me up. Prove me you did it.
Just don't PayPal him to say things on Reddit.
Yeah.
And with that, peace.
I'm gonna go take a shit.